You are watching Joseph TV show, the place to be.
My fellow Africans, do you agree with these white people who defending themselves concerning the stole of mineral from Africa? Just listen to this white person, the way he's saying here concerning the African leaders, or the way they're exploiting the minerals to the Europeans and the Western countries. Because according to me, they're just defending themselves. I'm just quoting from what he has said here. So watch the video and listen to what he said on this video. Powerful speeches from different white people. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to like the video and also to leave the comment down below there.
On TikTok for a while, you must have heard about a ton of Africans telling you that Europeans stole Africa's resources. Now, there's a lot to say about that. First and foremost, most of these resources are still in Africa, and they're not being stolen by Europeans. They're actually being sold to Europeans by the African state leadership.
There is no democratic president in the world, and I say truly. Who is the democratic president? Trump? Obama? Who is here in Britain? We should be clear. Democracy is an illusion. We cannot have democracy in a capitalist, imperialist, patriarchal system, religious system.
Why not?
Because this is, they want money. Because if you remove religion and capitalism and imperialism, then you will have socialism. And then no government will be there, you know. They are afraid of the real power of the people. You cannot have democracy, because what is democracy? Democracy is real freedom.
But if you believe that none of these democracies are democracies, why do the people live with it?
Because people are oppressed. People are not organized. We are prevented from organizing. That's the key point. When I was an individual writer, even if I become famous and star, they allow me, but not to organize. The minute I started to organize women and men, I became a danger. You are not organized here. The people here are not organized.
But nobody is stopping organization here.
But they stop
it. No government is going to come and lock you up or kill you in Britain, are they?
But in a subtle way. I know the American way.
Can you repeat your question?
Yes, with pleasure. We have seen pictures of you applauding the flogging of policemen. We have seen and heard stories, many of them, which are all validated, of thousands and tens of thousands of Asians being evicted from your country. You took their property, you didn't pay them. Is that your wave of the future? Is that all the love you're mentioning all this time?
I think you believe in rumors, and some of this picture, it is not might be from Uganda. I think the people whom I sent away of the British citizens, they were controlling 99% economy of Uganda, all business, industries and everything. And on top of that, I requested them when I took over in 1971. The power was handed over to me by the members of the armed forces. I asked them to apply for Uganda citizenship. They refused. And they control 99% of the economy. And the whole money they are getting, they don't bank this money in Uganda. They bank this money outside Uganda. And I am sure if they were still up to now, Uganda could have been bankrupt completely. And therefore there is no other opportunity. The only opportunity was to take that decision for the interest of the people of Uganda. And then I took that decision, but I said that I will pay the compensation, and which I have written to the all government concerned. I'm sure the United States, I have already paid them cash, and I have written to government of the United Kingdom, and the discussion is going on. And I have also written to India, which they have got a few Indians. I'm sure the delegation will be coming from India, to discuss with the government of Uganda, and we shall pay. We don't say that we cannot pay, but
without violence. If voting could change anything, voting would be illegal. Democracy is a scam. Democracy is a system created by those in power to make poor people think you can radically transform your reality without violence and revolution. That's all democracy. That's why America says we got to make the world safe for democracy. Why you got to make the world safe for democracy? Because if most of the people in the world woke up, they would understand a ballot ain't gonna change shit. Bullets do. Show me a revolution, queen, that's ever changed anything without... Show me a change that's ever come through elections and not revolution. Did the Chinese revolution come through elections? No. Did the Russian revolution come through elections? No. Did the Cuban revolution come through elections? No. Did the American revolution come through elections? No. Did the African There has never been a revolution in human history where people was able to change their conditions by voting for somebody.
I'll tell anybody to his face to go to hell. If anyone comes around and thinks they can, they come and say, hey, we're going to sanction you. To what? Go to hell. Just go to hell. And I'll tell anybody to his face to go to hell. If anyone comes around and thinks they can, they come and say, hey, we're going to sanction you. To what? Go to hell.
President Kagame must be understood at different levels. Level number one, that he himself was a refugee after the first genocide in 1959. And his family was in Uganda for a very long time, suffering discrimination and alienation. And when he was in that space, that he himself participated jointly with President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni in liberating Uganda when he was a part of the NRA-NRM. And we also must remember that it is him and his comrades who are in the forefront to stop the genocide in 1994, when we now know anything between 800 and 1 million people were massacred in a manner that was completely unprecedented in the continent of Africa.
On TikTok for a while, you must have heard about a ton of Africans telling you that Europeans stole Africa's resources. Now, there's a lot to say about that. First and foremost, most of these resources are still in Africa, and they're not being stolen by Europeans. They're actually being sold to Europeans by the African state leadership. Your own elites are robbing you. It's not us doing it, not anymore. The real issue, of course, is why aren't Africans using their own resources to do things? Why does Mr. Beast have to go to Kenya to build water wells? Why didn't the Kenyan government do it themselves? I suppose the Kenyan government could have done it themselves. They just chose not to do it. Nigeria is now a country of almost 220 million people, the largest country in Africa. But they only produce about 10% of the electricity that a small country like Hungary. Hungary only has 10 million people, but they produce 10 times as much electricity as Nigeria does. I mean, I know you want to have your Wakanda, right? But do you expect white people to give it to you? No, you're supposed to build it yourself. Having said all this, it is of course obvious that we Europeans in the north need to prepare for a possible, potential African rise in terms of technology and therefore also in terms of military capacity. And that means we in Europe need to already start looking ahead and thinking ahead about how we are going to win the war against Africa, because there will be a future war between Europe and Africa.
Look at this, my people, look at this. Big up the elders, man, big up the women, big up the certain man them, man, get me? I'll come out in unison. Africa, the diaspora, the police are going like they're leading something, but they're not. But I suppose they do what they gotta do, and we do what we gotta do.
everybody still speaking. I mean, listen, I don't want to minimize anybody's pain or anybody's suffering, but we're speaking about a genocide that happened 25 years ago in Rwanda. There's one happening today in Congo, and we're not speaking about it. And way more people dead, and way more people are going to die, because it's not like the genocide is just a place where people get hacked to death and die because of actual physical violence. It's structural violence. They don't have water. There are 7 million people. The population of London doesn't have water, doesn't have food, doesn't have electricity, doesn't have healthcare. 7 million people. If this was Europe, the whole world would rally around together. You seen how people rallied around together when the Notre Dame church was burning, and they raised billions of dollars to sort that out.
24 hours.
In 24 hours. So why is it that Congo is like... It's like the dehumanization has now been internalized by us to the degree that people don't realize that them going into a church every day and looking up at white Jesus is one of the reasons why they don't see themselves as humans. Because every time you look up at the church and you look at the ceiling of the church, all of the angels are white, they're not black. Why can we not be angels? Why cannot we have human value?
It's either you do or you die. Right, Marcus Garvey said, hands off our man. This is somebody who is moving the continent of Africa forward.
Yes, I'm here. I'm standing with Burkina Faso, Brother Traore, because the time is now. New movement is starting.
I'm supporting Ibrahim Traore.
Yeah, Burkina Faso.
To make sure that the assassination of Captain Traore doesn't happen like it did to Sankara, Gaddafi.
Here to represent a man like Ibrahim Traore, see?
Ibrahim Traore is my president. I love him.
Solidarity now is change.
There's a man standing up for Africa. So if you can stand, you must stand.
I am here to support Abraham Traore from Burkina Faso.
I'm supporting Abraham Traore. And we are African, we've been suffering for too long.
In support of Burkina Faso, you know, Zaire state.
Here in support of not just Ibrahim Traore, but the people of Burkina Faso, the people of the Sahel state and African people.
This shows support from Ibrahim Traore. Yeah? What he's achieved in so little time.
Artist Mr. Traore Green, I want to look on this head, look on this picture of Ibrahim Traore. We have to really
support this movement, to support this leader.
I am standing, as we're all standing today, for Africa and for our beautiful, beautiful, brave captain.
And I came here to support my Burkinabe brothers.
It's all about the struggle. We've been waiting a long time, many years, for someone like this brother to come along.
And I follow the movement of Muammar Gaddafi, and I say Africans are for Africa and strong. Let them know no more. They're not killing any more of our leaders.